Do your inner voice and your outer voice match? Does the way that you think about yourself, subconsciously, consciously, come across in the way that you comport yourself, that you communicate, that you carry yourself in your voice and in the way that you present yourself? In this video, I'm going to help you bring those two things together in the most positive, effective way possible. Let's get started. When I was a kid, I would see a pediatrician. That's what kids go to see as for their doctor. So on the wall of my pediatrician's office, there was this poster. And on that poster, there was a poem, or rather a little short saying, basically. And that poem was by Dorothy Law Nolte. I'm attaching a link here for that. And it's called Children Learn What They Live. So as a kid, I would look at this and it said, if children learn to live with criticism, they learn to condemn. That's the first line. And it goes on, starts with negative things and then positive things. So as a child, I would look at this and I would think, okay, whatever, yeah, they have love, they'll flourish, so on and forth. I never really thought about it too much. But the other day, when a client came to me, and they're so intelligent, so familiar with what they do in their field, so able to write about it, to communicate it in the written word, but when it came to actually speaking it, they came across as reticent or shy or a little bit uncomfortable. So we did exercises, we looked into why it is that perhaps that person spoke that way. And it comes back to this poem here, which is, what formed you as a speaker? What were those earliest signs you got from other people? What were those positive affirmations you got? And what were those negative criticisms that you received? And how did they affect you? So I'm going to read 3 lines from this, and we'll take each line by itself. It's about 20 lines long. One line, about a third of the way down, says, if children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. Now listen, all of us can be shy, even if we weren't ridiculed. But maybe we were at school and we were made fun of at some point. Maybe we were taunted by older siblings, or maybe there was just one experience where somebody made fun of us as a kid that kind of stuck with us. They made fun of us for a certain body attribute, or a certain way we acted, or a certain way that they said that we sounded. What kind of impact did that have on you? Does that still stick with you? So it's an interesting thing to think about. What was that criticism that you heard or that I heard that might have made me feel shy? And what kind of self-talk can I have about that now that would make me come across as much more confident, maybe even boisterous, or at least owning the room? What could I say to myself? Another line, if children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children if children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. So again, were you encouraged? Were your teachers encouraging of you? Your relatives? Was there some message you heard that was saying to you, you're terrific just as you are. You're wonderful. You're great. You're going to be a success. These are very important early messages we get to ourselves. And they could be negative, they could be positive, they could have come across in just the opposite way. They could have been something that was discouraging to ourselves. But I have a little secret for you I'm going to share with you at the end of this that's going to help you actually build that encouragement, even if it wasn't something you got earlier on. Next, it's almost the last line of the poem, 3 lines before the end, which where it starts to sum it all up. The first half is the negative, the second half is the positive. I always love going that way, but that's how she wrote it. And this line says, if children live with kindness and consideration, they learn respect. Kindness and consideration, they learn respect. So, whatever your earliest memories were, your formative years, those experiences, as you kind of think back on your life and you say, oh yes, I forgot about that. Wow, that really had an impact on me. I've kind of forgotten. what can you do now to have that self-talk, that inner voice, be your best friend and propel you forward, not only in your life and your career and your thoughts and your everyday experiences, but in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that your voice comes across? Well, the best thing that you can do is start to practice that with others, to practice understanding, to practice kindness, to practice encouragement and respect. You know, so often we go in this world and we're in a hurry going from here to there. We're on our cell phones, we're looking down, we're walking down staircases and we have our cell phones, and I think, hey, I think maybe you should get off the cell phone. Different topic, different video. But in that, we're not giving other people the respect that we would like to get ourselves. What is it like to look at somebody and say hello? Look at them right in the eyes and smile at them. What is it like to say to somebody who you find to be very talented? What is it like to say to them, gosh, you're doing great. You're wonderful. What is it like to be around somebody that their opinions don't jive with yours and you think, oh, I really want to get angry with them, and you instead show them respect and you ask them to talk about their opinions versus your opinions? By showing respect, by showing kindness, by showing encouragement, by having patience, all of these things you can practice, and by practicing them with others, it's going to have a ripple effect, a cyclical effect of reverberating back to yourself, and your voice is going to have that same sort of encouragement, kindness, patience, understanding that you want. We need to reprogram ourselves. As a voice and speech coach, I help you reprogram your voice, the way that you use your voice, the way that you speak, the way that you pronounce things, the way that you carry yourself. It all starts here. Implement the voice by starting with the mind. Look at this poem. It's really beautiful. For all you parents out there, I think it's a great little sign for yourself of little, landmarks you want to kind of land on and use. For those of us who are using our voice and want to be the best that we can be, find out how we can make our inner voice and our outer voice the best voices possible. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.